Well, so this is Bixby, and I'm Mike. I'm her human, and this is Chicken Charlie, our safety chicken. And together we have been out pedaling all over the country for the past 4 years, having a big epic adventure and using Bixby here as an ambassador to shelter dogs. So we try to get people to support their local animal shelters. And after pedaling a very similar bike to this one, a Yuba Mundo, around for 3 years, and over 10,000 miles all over the country, last April, Yuba sponsored me their Yuba Spicy Curry electric assist cargo bicycle, and they challenged us to break the Guinness record for distance on an electric bike, and that's precisely what we've set out and done. So from here, where I started out last year, we pedaled to Portland, Boise, Salt Lake, Denver, eventually up to the Black Hills, Fargo, Chicago, the easternmost town in Maine, Key West, New Orleans, San Diego, and now we're back. And we've basically tripled the current world record right now. So pretty soon we'll be wrapping that up, and it's our intention to start a brand new tour, and perhaps we'll maybe set out and re-break our own record, maybe on a slightly different bicycle. But it's been really great. This bicycle has allowed us to do a lot of things that were a little bit more difficult to do on our last bike, being that it weighs 300 pounds. The electric assist definitely makes the hills, mountains, and bridges a whole lot easier. The Black Hills of South Dakota were an unexpected highlight. Like, I had never been there before. And not only is it beautiful, but I think because of the motorcycle culture there, the roads are so well maintained and the cars are used to motorcycles, so you're not getting harassed by anyone. But I'd never been in the Dakotas. I'd never been anywhere at all by the Great Lakes. And so going up and exploring parts of the country I've never been to is always fun. But the Black Hills really surprised me. Also, when I left Fargo and I went over to the Thousand Lakes area of Minnesota, from there to like Madison to almost all the way to Chicago, more than not, I was on trails, like for hundreds of miles. I think in the winter, they're snowmobile trails, and then in the summertime, they're bicycle and horse trails, and they go right beside all the little towns, and everybody's so friendly. But to have this whole path to yourself is absolutely amazing. We pedaled 200 miles on the Erie Canal. Like, that was something I'd never heard of, and absolutely beautiful. This country's so big, and geographically it's so diverse. There is so much that you can see, and you could see it in such a unique way on a bicycle. I'm convinced this is the best way to travel, and to do so with your best fuzzy friend and a rubber chicken makes it all that much more fun.
Bixby's looking pretty relaxed right there.
Yeah, well, we play lots of fetch. So Bixby, typically when she's on the bicycle, she's super mellow, and then as soon as her paws hit the ground, she's ready to teach everybody how to play this game she invented called fetch. Oh, absolutely. Little did I realize when I adopted her from a shelter in Austin, Texas 7 years ago, the adventure that she was going to bring me on. And so I think she's a great ambassador to the types of adventures that a shelter dog can bring their humans on. So as opposed to, supporting a puppy mill or something like that, you wanted this very specific dog, go check out your local shelter, because they're going to have a dog that fits the bill. And if you give them the opportunity to, they'll certainly take you on a big adventure. And whereas I hadn't really ridden a bicycle since high school, I was a chain smoker, I was a bartender, I didn't know if I could actually do this. And Bixby's little pearl of wisdom to me was dreams are like sticks, you just have to chase them. And with that, we embarked on this adventure, and it's turned into something I never imagined. And the thought of stopping at this point is absolutely terrifying. I remember when I was in Big Bend National Park. I had left my life in Austin. I went to Burning Man, and this was in a pickup truck. And I met these two brothers on a cross-country bicycle ride, and they were about 1.5 years into their ride. And I'm sitting there like, oh, it's impossible. Like, there's no way I can do that. And meanwhile, I'm smoking cigarettes, And I remember the guy, Tim, one of those two brothers, told me the hardest part of the entire adventure is the first pedal. Because what goes into that? That means you quit your job, or that means you took your leave of absence. That means you put all those things into motion. And then what's intimidating is, what's actually going to happen once I'm out there. And what I realize is it doesn't take long at all until you're just acclimated. This is my life now, and this is reality now. And the longer you're gone, the easier it gets. And when everybody around you sees that you're in adventure mode, that you're on a tour, people come out of the woodworks and they offer to host you. They want to hear your story. People who would otherwise never give you the time of day they want to know what you're doing. They approach you. And so you end up meeting the best people ever. I think you meet the best of people ever. So, I just think once you make your mind up to do it, just follow through. I mean, if I can do it as, a chain smoker, as a guy who hadn't ridden a bicycle since high school, if I can do it on, this enormous bike with my dog and a rubber chicken, anyone can do it. Well, I've got Bixby here, I should say, has her own website and social media. Everything's Where's Bixby. So if you follow along, you can certainly see where all we're at. You could also find us through the Yuba website, where because we're definitely proud to represent them, and so Google Where's Bixby and follow right along, because as far as we're concerned, our journey is just beginning.